good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, whatever time you find yourself watching this video. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have something from Ruike. This is the D712-T, and Ruike is under the umbrella, it's a company under the umbrella of the Phoenix lighting company. Phoenix makes a lot of higher end flashlights and things like that. Ruike, ready to make it. And what's in the box? We have some swag from Ruike, some different types of knives. If you want to pause and look at that, you may. Here's a bunch of their offerings. And it looks like they have even a couple of fixed blades from Ruike. Okay, what else? What else we have here? This is all in the Ruike warranty card. So I guess that's the Chinese equivalent. And D712. Here's a picture of the knife and some of the characteristics, the specs. Blade length 3.03, overall length 7.05, blade thickness 0.10, weight 2.25 ounces. Steel 8CR14 MOV, handle material G10. Okay, so they take themselves relatively seriously, which is cool. I'm glad they do that. And here is our sort of tan ivory G10. Ruike does not have a name. It's very interesting. Now they call this an invisible flipper. Wow, that was neat. Liner lock, full back spacer. These are GT. They call this an integrated mono chassis. So if you see here, it's one piece that's bent to form like a long U. Very surprising, nice. Tip up carry, reversible pocket clip. And you see, this is the flipper right there. So, but very, very nice. Wow. Very thin geometry. Flat grind, drop point, blade, almost a saber grind, but with that thin geometry, she does cut that at least. Let's see. It is sharp. It's just a short blade, so a little resistance, a little tugging on the cut, but still makes clean cut. What I like is the action on this guy. The flip of the index, and it flies out there. Sharpening choil. Ergos are very simplistic. Not necessarily super comfortable. While the action's nice, the overall feel of the knife doesn't have much substance to it as far as the weight goes. There's our balance point, center mass of the knife. What really saves this knife is the flipper action. That is extremely good. Do not know if you could, it doesn't have much Yeah, combat deployment's fine. I don't think you could use, no, it's a top front flipper. So, could be a very light use EDC knife, super thin, maybe on the gentleman's side. If you're wearing white linen pants on the beach and you want something that's not going to be so, or natural linen pants, want something that's not going to be so obvious or print too darkly on those pants, this may be up your alley. It's a very lightweight, easy to utilize knife. I just don't know how I would make this a daily user. Not sure. Let's talk about that steel. Recent review, we had 18 CR 13, and this one is 8 CR 14. And does it even matter? It's just slightly different than it's nearly identical to 8 CR 13 MOV. It just has a little more chromium, and sometimes they touch more vanadium. It's still going to be in your budget steel category. It's 0.75 to 0.8 carbon, 13.5 to 14.5 chromium, 0.2 to 0.5 molybdenum, 0.1 to 0.3 vanadium, 0.2 to 0.8 manganese, and around 0.8 silicon. Then there's some phosphorus and sulfur at trace elements for cleanliness in the actual steel process. And it's usually treated 56 to 59 HRC, has okay edge retention for the price. It's very stainless, low maintenance type steel. It is fairly tough as far as chipping goes, and very easy to sharpen and reprofile. You don't need much effort to put a cutting edge back on this thing. It has moderate wear resistance, but not anything approaching a super steel like an M390 or so. It's not going to be something you want to use against heavily abrasive type materials. You're not cutting heavy cordage with this thing. It's going to dull fast on you. But light task, it's okay. And like I said before, it's easy to sharpen. And this is a knife, the corrosion resistance is very high. The blade's not, you leave it outside, it gets rained on, the blade's not going to rust on you. So keep that in mind. You don't need to pamper this knife. The smooth operation with this guy is partly due to design, but also it's on ball bearings, more than likely caged ball bearings. So very snappy action. I cannot say how impressed I am. It's very impressive on that. But a very lightweight, easy use pocket knife. And for me, this, if I kept this thing, it's date night knife, something I'm not going to think about necessarily as a self-defense type knife. Just in a pinch, if I need a knife, this guy, because it is a light duty, but just a very fun, snappy, easy to operate knife. So what do you guys think? Is there any Ruike knives that you like that are a little bit of a step up than this guy? Let me know in the comments. I think the construction is good. Now, this is not flush. If you know my bugaboo, I wish the mounting hardware and the pivot would be flush, but all in all, that's not what retracts from the knife. It just feels a little blasé as far as the feel in the hand. It's not substantial. I have other gentleman knives that just have a more strong feel to it. The action on this is excellent, but it lends itself for a knife that I'm not going to be grabbing on instinct. It's only going to be, okay, am I wearing white or tan or something like that, where this will sort of blend in, be unobtrusive. That's my idea for this guy. What about you guys? What do you think? Tell me about the Ruike D712-T. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Happy to have you along this merry little journey we're going on together. So, until next time, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. You guys take care out there.